Fresh concerns are swirling around Donald Trump's health. Trump said he is taking a larger daily dose of aspirin than recommended. 79-year-old Trump is the second oldest person to ever hold the presidency of the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump gave an important update on his health amid already surrounding rumors linked to his well-being. Trump confirmed that he is taking aspirin. In a stunning admission, Trump said he is taking a larger daily dose of aspirin than his doctors recommend, sending shockwaves across Washington. Trump dropped the truth bomb in an interview with the Wall Street Journal, reigniting debate about his medical condition and physical stamina. 79-year-old Trump, who is also the second oldest person to ever hold the U.S. presidency, said that aspirin is good for thinning out the blood, and he wants a nice thin blood pouring through this heart. According to the Mayo Clinic, daily use of aspirin can lower the chances of a heart attack or stroke for people over the age of 60. A low dose of aspirin is most commonly 81 milligrams. However, the president's doctor, Sean Barbabella, told WSJ that Trump takes 325 milligrams of aspirin daily, a significantly higher dose for cardiac prevention. So what is aspirin? It is a blood-thinning medicine. It is an antiplatelet medication that prevents blood clots from forming. It is widely used to prevent heart attacks and strokes in certain populations, but it should only be taken under the guidance of a healthcare professional due to the associated bleeding risks. This is not the first time Trump's health has raised concerns. It has been in the spotlight lately. The shocking bruises on his hands had made headlines across the globe earlier. In July, the White House confirmed that Trump has chronic venous insufficiency. In October, Trump had undergone a CT scan at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. However, Trump had claimed to be undergoing an MRI, and even the White House press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, confirmed an MRI. In December, the White House said advanced imaging was performed to check his cardiovascular and abdominal health. Trump's doctor said it revealed no abnormalities. Amidst all this comes the cabinet meeting on December 2. It made headlines not for policy, but for what cameras caught. Trump appeared to slip into brief moments of drowsiness, eyes lowering as officials spoke around him at a marathon meeting. Moments later, Trump lashed out at reporters for spreading what he called lies about his health. Trump had even branded the press lunatics for suggesting he was tired.
Illegal border crossings along the U.S.-Mexico border have plummeted to the lowest level ever recorded. And nobody talks about that anymore. You know, it's crazy. They don't talk about it. You'd think they'd say, well, Trump's done a great job in the border. This country is being destroyed by the border. But you always find something new, like, is he in good health? Biden was great. But is Trump in good health? I sit here, I do 4 news conferences a day. I ask questions from very intelligent lunatics, you people. And I give the right answers. There's never a scandal, there's never a problem. I give you answers that solve your little problems. You go back and you can't find anything, but you do stories about Biden was in wonderful health. The guy didn't do a news conference for 8 months. If I go one day, I had one day where I didn't do a news conference, there's something wrong with the president. You people are crazy. I'll let you know when there's something wrong. There will be someday. That's going to happen to all of us. But right now, I think I'm sharper than I was 25 years ago, but who the hell does? By the way, I took my physical. I got all A's, everything. But they said to me, would you like to take a cognitive test? I said, is it hard? They said, yes. I said, well, I'm a very smart person. Who was the last president to take one? No president has ever agreed to take one.
New images of fresh bruising on U.S. President Donald Trump's left hand are reigniting questions about the president's health, nearly 1 year after he became the oldest person ever sworn into the Oval Office. Across multiple public appearances last week, the 79-year-old president was seen with visible discoloration on the back of his left hand, adding to a persistent bruise on his right hand that has drawn attention for months. The new marks complicate the White House's earlier explanation. Officials had previously said the right hand bruising was caused by constant handshaking and Trump's daily aspirin regimen, which can increase bruising. But Trump is right-handed, making the appearance of bruising on his left hand harder to explain. Medical experts told CNN the bruising itself is likely benign, common among older adults, especially those taking aspirin or blood-thinning medications. Still, they warn the real issue is not medical danger, but transparency. Health has been a sensitive subject for Trump since returning to the White House. During the campaign, he repeatedly questioned Joe Biden's age and fitness, often boasting of his own stamina and asking crowds, "Do you think Biden could do that?"
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. When you take tests, medical, as a male, that test is very standard. I don't know if it's given to everybody, but it's given just about. And it takes a long time to get to that situation. I think that if you take a look, it's the same doctor that said that Joe was cognitively fine. There was nothing wrong with him. Well, he said, if it's the same doctor, he said there was nothing wrong there, and that's being proven to be a sad situation. In other words, there are things going on that the public wasn't informed, and I think somebody's going to have to speak to his doctor, if it's the same, or even if it's two separate doctors. Why did it take so long? I mean, this takes a long time. It can take years to get to this level of danger. So it's a very, very sad situation, and I feel very badly about it. And I think people should try and find out what happened.
Yet, Trump has faced scrutiny of his own. Over the summer, swelling in his legs led the White House to disclose a diagnosis of chronic venous insufficiency, a common condition in older adults. More questions followed after an abrupt return visit to Walter Reed, where Trump later revealed he had undergone an MRI, without initially explaining why.
In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease.
Doctors later said the scans were routine and normal, but the vague disclosures only fueled speculation. Asked this week about the new bruising, the White House offered no medical update, instead dismissing what it called politically motivated scrutiny. Officials accused critics of engaging in armchair diagnoses.
The president has spoken about that quite extensively throughout the years. As for the bandages on the hand, we've also given you an explanation for that in the past. The president is literally constantly shaking hands. The Oval Office is like Grand Central Terminal. He is meeting with more people than any of you even know about on a daily basis. He's also on a daily aspirin regimen, which is something his physical examinations has said in the past as well, which can contribute to that bruising that you see.
Still, as photos of Trump's hands circulate widely online, experts say the issue is less about bruises and more about trust. As Trump enters another decade in public office, the smallest signs of vulnerability are now magnified, not just by critics, but by the image of strength the president himself has worked so hard to sell.